difference between doing like shadow work while you're discovering your shadow, anyways, and trying to like figure out the lesson that the memory teaches you is simply your attention to detail during the meditation. So it's like during like a shadow working meditation where you're just trying to discover what's going on and what happened. You're just focusing on the emotion, basically. You don't want to focus on too much other than that. Um, but when you're focusing on the lesson to be learned, you want to really focus on like what you learned from that time of your life. You're gonna be revisiting those memories, but just with a different perspective within it. So you want to dive into it and see what is the thing that you would have done differently, if there is anything you could have done differently. Some situations aren't like that. But also, if there's anything you can learn from that time period, what would it be? So let's start this meditation. Guys, I want you to remember, as we go through these meditations together, just allow yourself to feel and think whatever you want to. And I know that this isn't like a conventional kind of course, but I hope you find this helpful where we do it together, because I feel like it brings an extra level of dimension into the course. Like for me, at this point, thinking about my family memories, the lesson I learned was not what I thought it would be. And I'm sure many of you might feel the same way if you've done this meditation with me. My lesson was, it's not your fault. Not everything is your fault. I'm faultless, actually. Especially during this time of my life. I couldn't have controlled how I felt. I couldn't have changed it. These events were put on me. And in a way, they shaped the rest of my life, which means the rest of my life is faultless as well. Which means that anybody who's had a similar experience, the people involved in those actions were faultless as well, in a way. And this is because everybody has their shadow selves. Everybody is working with this part of themselves without knowing it. This causes us to do things that aren't in our higher nature. It causes us to have our own cycles, every single one of us bouncing off of each other. But, for instance, like if you don't deal with that, that's really the only fault that you have. Is not dealing with the shadow self, not wanting to get better, not improving upon yourself. This one was deeper than all the other ones so far for me. And I really feel that. And sometimes it's going to be like that for you as well. So just take the time before moving on to that next deeper spot. For me, the next deeper spot I really feel is within school, my relationships within school, and then probably the deepest and darkest area would be my relationship with my father, who left when I was young. Now, this last area, and there's gonna be areas like this for you as well, it's just so black and subconscious that I personally don't even know where to start. But I'm going to set the intent, I'm going to do the meditation and get into that, and so should you. Because I mentally understand that something probably went wrong at that point for me. But I was too young to remember it or to understand the emotions behind it. And there's going to be lots of those for you as well, so I guarantee that you should go and explore that area, because it's probably one of the roots of all this.